Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Joker Rogers. Happy Eid-El Fitr to all our Muslim viewers. Well, the fasting season may come once a year, but Muslim clerics believe the lessons that come with Ramadan should be spread throughout the year. The Chief Missioner of NASFAT Worldwide, Sheikh Abdulaziz Onike, is appealing to Muslim faithful to create an atmosphere of love, unity, brotherliness, and good virtues that are expected within the fasting period in their daily activities. He says without sustaining the mood of beyond the fasting period, those who observe the fasting were merely dieting, and the 29 days will have no significance.
The way man is created, we are weak. There's every tendency for some people to feel a kind of nosediving, to have a dip in the kind of level they have reached during Ramadan. And that is why the question is asked, how do I know that my Ramadan is accepted? You know that Ramadan is accepted if you sustain some of the habits that you practice during Ramadan. You don't engage in evil act. You wake up in the night to observe Salat. You share gifts with the less privileged. You do a lot of good things. If you can sustain it in next year, it means your passing through that training school is not in vain. If you don't sustain all the good acts that I will highlight later, 15 things, 15 benefits that we get from Ramadan, if you don't sustain it, it means you have just left drinking, you have just left eating, just for you to diet. Number two, we demonstrate obedience. Allah says, do this. And that is one unique thing about Islam. Aslim, we say, Aslamna lillahi wa alamin. Submit, we will not ask. Why must we submit? Even though we ask, we are not committing any offense, because the angels asked. Why must we prostrate to Adam? Miriam asked, how can I give birth when I have not been touched? Ibrahim asked, how can you give life to the dead? If you ask, fine. But it says fast. We fast. That's obedience. And if you can carry that obedient attitude, the remaining 1 year, it's the next Ramadan. In the office, you are obedient to the rules. In your home, you are obedient to the family norms. If you carry that obedience throughout, it means you have imbibed the lesson. But one of the things is, obey me. Some of the postures that we demonstrate in Salat. A non-Muslim will be saying, why are they doing that? But because our Lord says better, say, do this, says, do this. Don't query. At times you query, why must I do it? We tell you the reason. Obedience is the first thing. You remain obedient to the laws of the land, being obedient to the family values, being obedient to some of the constitutional provisions that, okay, let's do it whether we are seen or not. Number two, we demonstrate faith. The Prophet says, whoever fasts and fasts very well and fasts according to the rules of the game, you will enter paradise through a gate called Rayyan.
Of course, we're in the southwest today, and we came from Lagos State, where 78 physically challenged entrepreneurs have been empowered by the state government with seed funds and working tools to help them become financially stable. General Manager of the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, Mrs. Adenike Oyetunde Lawal, says the initiative processed through her office is to ensure that physically challenged persons are not just passive recipients of assistance, but active contributors to the state's economic growth.
It is another empowerment program for people living with disability in Lagos State. This time, the Office of Disability Affairs in the state has gone a step further by supporting the people financially. The General Manager of the Office of Disability Affairs says the initiative is designed to address the economic barriers faced by people who are physically challenged in the state.
The overwhelming request we have had in 2025 is for refinancing business. You and I know that a larger part of those people are not really into business. They just want the money. I'm going to be very honest with you. So if you fail, it means that you have stopped others from changing their life's story. If you do well, we have the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, and occasionally LSCTF has funds, loans it means that it's easier for us to go back.
Ensuring social inclusion for all Lagos residents is also part of the state government's commitment in making sure that everyone has access to development.
The focus on upskilling and providing financial support to PWD entrepreneurs is particularly laudable. It reflects an understanding that talent, creativity, and potential are universal, while access to resources, mentorship, and enabling environment often determines who succeeds. By equipping this category of entrepreneurs with practical skills, financial tools, and business knowledge, we are not merely providing assistance, we are investing in the future of Lagos State.
78 of them receive support for their businesses, as well as other work tools that will help boost their income.
The best that the agency will do is to commit the funds to these entrepreneurs, ensure that they have a measure of different backing. One, we were able to register businesses for some of these beneficiaries. Some of these businesses haven't been registered. They had conversations about the financial implications and also teaching them about how to ensure that they keep their books of accounts up to date. Our hope is that with all the capacity development that we have done, their lot may indeed increase. And as you know, inflation is biting across board, and we're hopeful that of the over 70 of them, we should be able to come back through our different monitoring in ensuring that these realities change completely and that these families have their lot change and their businesses thrive.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed their gratitude to the state government.
My son is among the beneficiaries, so I really appreciate them a lot. They are really wonderful people. In fact, they are really wonderful. They are helping so because most people like this, they think their life will be held in begging. I'm a graduate. I cannot work because of him. I have to stay with him. He has not started school, share your stand, but due to their help, I feel alive. I feel relief in some aspects.
The strong thing that a business owner should have is, apart from having a feasibility and what the knowledge about the program, about the business you have, what you also need is a very good capital to sustain the business. And so this will probably help in bringing up your business ideas.
The Lagos state government says it will continue to implement policies that promote inclusivity, eliminate discrimination, and build a society where everyone can thrive.
Staying in Lagos State, in a bid to strengthen universal health coverage, the State Health Management Agency has held its 2025 first quarter Eco-Social Health Alliance Town Hall for Health Districts 1 and 5. 1 and 6. The permanent secretary in charge of the agency, Dr. Emmanuel Azamba, says over 1.69 billion naira has been invested into the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund since its full commencement in 2022, with 133,408 enrollees recorded across accredited primary healthcare centers.
It's a town hall meeting at Bariga Local Council Development Area where the Lagos State Health Management Agency has come to enlighten the people about health insurance scheme and also discuss the benefits of Eco-Social Health Alliance. The event, which brought together community leaders, healthcare providers and government representatives, paved the way for deliberations on Lagos State Social Health Insurance Scheme, Ilera Eco, and the Basic Healthcare Provisions Fund, made available for the vulnerable group.
On the part of Ilera Eco and what the state government is doing, the equity fund, which also is 1% of the consolidated revenue fund, is being provided by the state government to cover the vulnerable. Thus far, and under the leadership of Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, ECOSHA commenced in December 2022 and has covered 372,620 lives thus far. A total sum of 2,245,216,700 has been expended since commencement, and in 2024, Lagos became the first state of Nigeria to make equity fund a first-line charge. Please clap for Mr. Governor. It's not easy. He's very dedicated, and we thank him. Indeed, the allocation which we were given in 2024 of 1 billion has now been increased to 3 billion for 2025.
Representative of the National Health Insurance Authority commends LASHMA for its continuous engagement with stakeholders, which will help identify and resolve challenges affecting health insurance service delivery.
Through constant engagements, recurring complaints that slows down or hinder healthcare service delivery are trashed, and viable solutions are profiled. The NHIA eagerly look forward on having everybody in Lagos take up any form of health insurance program, and more importantly, the Ilereko. This will eventually get all of us to our ultimate goal of achieving universal health coverage.
One of the officials of the State Health Management Agency also educates the people about Ilereko healthcare plan and the services attached to it.
Under the BSPF plan that is covered by NHIA, or is monitored by NHIA, so we have the primary care and the secondary care. Under secondary care, you can see the doctor, you can register, you can see the doctor for different, primary ailments. Then there's also, care for pregnant women, all right, called antenatal care. So you can do that there. And if you need to do a surgery for, delivery, normal surgery and CS, everything is covered there.
The Lagos State government says over 300,000 vulnerable residents have benefited from Eco-Social Health Alliance since its launch in December 2022. 209 people have also been empowered by LASHMA just to ensure that Lagosians plug into the state health insurance scheme called Ilereko, and government welcomes more collaboration to achieve universal health coverage in Lagos.
When we come back on Newsroom series, we'll take a look at some other stories and other social matters, especially the war against drug abuse. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Newsroom series. We're in the Southwest to other social matters now. For the war against drug abuse to succeed, every segment of society must see itself as a critical stakeholder in the fight. This call was made in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, during an advocacy campaign organized by the House of Representatives Committee on Narcotics to scale up efforts to combat the menace. A major request at the campaign was a call for better funding support for the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in its war against drug abuse across the country.
Drug use and abuse is a significant public health concern in Nigeria, affecting millions of people of productive age every year with far-reaching implications. The 2018 report of drug use in Nigeria by the National Bureau of Statistics indicates that 14.3 million people aged between 16 and 64 are active drug users. Indicators are not pointing to any reduction in prevalence, and this makes advocacy like this one in Oyo State very crucial to save the country from the devastation of drug abuse.
So we have a lot to do. We shouldn't allow this one to the fight to domicile with NDLEA alone or NOAA alone is a responsibility of everybody. Here in Oyo State, we believe sincerely that the lives of our younger people, our children, must be saved. They must get to focus on what they want to become in the future.
This advocacy and sensitization meeting with relevant stakeholders in Oyo State is targeted at addressing the root causes of drug abuse and to provide effective treatment and support systems for those affected.
The consequences of drug abuse are so grievous that we cannot afford to ignore the call for all hands to be on deck. We are all the stakeholders. I do hope the deliberation of this forum will provide the way forward to rid our society of the drug menace. Therefore, we join in everyone here present to join the fight against this growing threat of substance abuse in our society.
The House Committee Chairman on Narcotics says there is an urgent need to create functional and structured rehabilitation centres across the country to provide support systems for people grappling with drug abuse and its consequences.
On the reality of what we have been fighting for 2 decades now, the insecurity in our nation. 50% of these people that are attacking our citizens, they are on drugs. So we need to be able to find the way to able to assist this agency in order for them to be able to perform perfectly.
On its part, the NDLEA says it will increase the number of counselling and rehabilitation centres across the country to make the fight more effective.
The NDLEA exemplifies a holistic approach in tackling drug menace. The Chairman Chief Executive Officer has advocated the need for every Nigerian to resist attempts into sales and use of illegal substance use. He reaffirmed the federal government's readiness to increase the number of counseling and rehabilitation centers across the country with a view of helping Nigerians who are reportedly victims of drug and substance use.
The consensus reached here is that government must critically address drug use and abuse amongst youths, strengthen laws and policies to discourage and discriminate access and use of drugs.
In Ondo State, authorities of the Federal Road Safety Corps have asked for an audit of the Oda Road in Akure, the state capital, which is under reconstruction in order to reduce the rate of road crashes on the route. The sector commander of the FRSC in Ondo State, Dr. Samuel Ibitoye, made the request while leading some officers of the organization on an assessment of the road. He observed that some junctions on the road where road users drive against traffic because of the reconstruction causes road crashes, and recommendations will be made to government to put an end to this.
The 7-kilometer Akure-Oda road links the state capital with one of its major suburbs. The state government commenced the reconstruction and conversion of the road into a dual carriageway about 5 years ago. And officials of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Ondo State, led by the state sector commander Samuel Ibitoye, are here to assess the road. He identifies areas where the road users drive against traffic that may cause crashes, and that recommendations will be made to government to put an end to this.
The crashes recorded here have been due to human factor and road design. So in our organization, we have a function called engineering. So I come here to come and conduct a road safety audit of the road. There are some junctions that are assisting humans to commit road traffic infractions, thereby leading to road traffic crashes. So identify the junction and the U-turns, and we're going to recommend to the government some remedial measures to take in order to avert occurrence of road traffic crashes.
Some of the road users equally want the needed amendments to be done on the road to avert the incessant crashes recorded on it.
Somebody who is going to that place will now go to that side and make a turning. The thing is very, very hard for people to do. Person like me, in most cases, I do pass one way. And the rate that accidents do happen here, the thing is very, 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 let me say, common. So we appeal for the government just to help us to reduce the turning. If they can put the turning here now, nobody will follow this place and follow one way. Where the
they used to go and turn down is too far. So I believe if government can still help us, they should open this place. It's going to be adjacent so that people can easily turn and pass by if they want to go, because of where they go. You know, the situation of the country now for the fuel. So some people will take, before we can go down and go and turn.
When completed, the redesigning of the road will make the dual carriageway more passable for passengers and motorists, as well as other road users.
As women across the country and the world wrap up their month of celebration today, the Ogun State government has challenged them to be decisive in their actions in their quest for appreciable representation in the political and economic development. The state deputy governor, Noimot Salako-Oyedele, made the call in Abeokuta, the state capital, during an event to commemorate the 2025 International Women's Day.
Wife of Ogun State Governor Bamidele Abiodun, the state's deputy governor Noimot Salako-Oyedele, members of the State Executive Council and other women group converge on Abeokuta, the state capital, to celebrate the 2025 International Women's Day and also chart a renewed course of action with the theme, "Collectively, we can accelerate actions." One of the reasons they're gathered here is to speak against violence against women, talk about inclusiveness, fairness in political participation, and economic development towards national development.
Anywhere you see violence, you experience it, whether it's happening to you or it's happening to someone close to you, call any of this number at any time of the day. You don't need to have credit. They are toll-free lines.
I'm here to challenge every sector here represented to push for the agenda of women everywhere across board. Politics, economics, any area or sector you find yourself. In the judiciary, I must say that we're blessed. Heading the judiciary of Ogun State is a woman, and I represent the head of the customary court of appeal as well as a woman. And we have quite a sizable number of women. In customary court, I think we're 50-50, but at the High Court, we have more women. I look forward to seeing that happen in the local government.
The deputy governor asks women to confront identified challenges militating against their development.
One of the greatest gifts we can give to young women is access. Access to knowledge, to networks, and to opportunities that can shape their leadership journey. I often say that being in the room, even as an observer, can be transformative. It exposes you to the realities of leadership, how decisions are made, how power is negotiated, and how influence is wielded. I simply like that you. This is why we must be deliberate about exposing younger women to leadership experiences.
And the governor's wife calls for collective action to drive women inclusion.
We need to come together and strengthen ourselves. First, by getting this message that Her Excellency has delivered, and also by encouraging our young ones. There's nothing like this. It's for our future.
The event is rounded off with free medical treatment and empowerment for self-dependency to ensure that women cultivate the habit of regular checkup and staying healthy.
That's it on Newsroom series. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Joke Rogers.